Okay, here's another big key on how you connect old Jizzy to everything else. You want to know the biggest deal of their operation, where most of their money, all this power, backing, and how they connect to everybody else came from? Well, it all started with Epstein, and Jizzy is just as involved and knows just as much. The biggest factor, and the biggest word here, is Brownstone. And by that, I mean Brownstone Operations. That is exactly how these individuals thrived, and I will explain shortly. And a Brownstone Operation simply goes as this. No matter what level of political power, of authority, or any situational status above the 99%, you are subjected to a Brownstone Operation, which they exploit your weaknesses however they can, mainly by manipulation. They do this in an example. Say you're a very rich individual and you just got elected to a powerful position in office, and you attend your first rich, elite function. Well, what happens at this function? They make sure you have a good time. You like to drink? Okay, well, they'll get you drunk. For some individuals, it starts like that. And then, hey, say you've got Jeffrey Epstein there, and he's just playing it cool. Well, what happens is they'll stroll a little French maid by you with a little bit of her butt sticking out the bottom of the uniform. And you'll be like, oh, man, check that out. Wow. And old Jeffrey, he'd be like, oh, hey, you like that, huh? Well, hey, maybe I could hook you up, How's your game? And she's like, well, I don't know, man. She kind of looks like she's 15. Oh no, dude, we don't operate that way, man. Everybody here is 18, man. She's 19 years old, dude. Yeah, I know her. Yeah, go talk to her. I bet you two would hit it off. Tell you what, there's a room over here, and if you manage to get her in the mood, man, take her over in this room. You tap away on it, whatever, man. Just come find me in a party later when you're done. Everything's cool. So if your vice is sex and you're drunk at their elite party, well, here you go. You go off into a room with this maid who is very easy to coerce for some reason because she's maybe enslaved by someone or trafficked by someone or has an agreement to do this, or, you know the story. So this individual talks to her and it becomes very easy. And they do the deed. Well, they go out and they talk with everybody, have a good time at the party, and go about their business. See, this is where it starts. And then 2 weeks later, this individual may get a call. Oh, hey, you know what? I need this pushed through, whether it be a political agenda, a building permit, a local policy, someone getting into the U.S., maybe easing restrictions on, some kind of a shipping tariff that would make trafficking easier. And the individual they contact would say, oh, well, what are you, crazy? And at this point, that's when they hit you. Oh, well, hey, I think you might want to reconsider because you remember that girl you were with at the party the other weekend? Well, she was only 15. And unless you want this to come out, and it'll look real bad, maybe you want to think a little differently. So maybe we can come to some kind of arrangement. And that, my friends, is what you call a Brownstone Operation. And there you have the main source of manipulation of money for Jeffrey Epstein. But not only Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, no. There's two other people. And what are their names? Oh, Ghislaine Maxwell and Jean-Luc Brunel. And if you think of Brownstone Operation stops there, oh, no. See, that's just one small piece. It could be anything from any kind of a vice or sin. then they'll try to catch you on it. Whether you like drugs, they'll catch you doing that. Whether you speak profanities and racial slurs, oh, they'll catch you doing that. And whatever they can catch you on is what they'll use to manipulate you and your policies. See, this is the struggle that every elected official faces, from the highest levels of political power to the local governor and mayor. And the end result seems to be three roads. It always ends the same way, because see, these operations, they will test and push a person to their limits. Okay, you've got me. I'll bend and I'll support your, permits or your regulations or this or that. But then it doesn't stop there. They keep one more step. And every time you agree to something, they ask for another thing. Every time you agree to that, you get in deeper and deeper and deeper, and they ask for more and more and more, until eventually you reach a breaking point where, hey, you've crossed so far onto the dark side that I won't cross that point. And then it becomes a stalemate where the choices are: you either kill yourself, you expose yourself, face the shame, and try to expose the individuals involved, or they kill you, and any one of the three always applies. And this is what you have in the state of our political systems in this country. And the problem is, this is the last one. They've pretty much ingrained their views and injected their policies piece by piece as a very long orchestrated plan that started about 30 years ago. And once again, this is just one small piece in the giant house of cards that Jizzy can bring down. And it all starts with the recordings and tapes she has squirreled away, and as well as Epstein's, because these videos aren't just of pedophiles. They're of drug addicts, racists, global conspiracy. The list goes on and on. Anything you could think imaginable that they could get dirt on somebody for, there's a recording for it. And she has it. The individuals she is connected with has it. The individuals that her family is connected with has it. And they use it. So there's another small piece of the puzzle to unravel.